Friends who often play with LoRa networking must have encountered this kind of problem when the communication distance is extended. Or midway buildings, obstructions. The signal will be severely interfered. Frequent disconnection. There are many other special scenarios. For example, both regions have a large number of LoRa device users, separated by the ocean. Physical occlusion and ultra-long range make it impossible for LoRa devices in the two places to communicate directly at all. Encountered this ultra-long distance, cross-occlusion LoRa communication problem. Ordinary equipment can't solve it at all. Today, I bring you this. The ThinkNode M7 gateway can easily solve the problem. With just 2 devices, it is possible to achieve cross-regional networking between the 2 places. Let me briefly introduce the core advantages of ThinkNode M7. It integrates 2.4G Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 5.0 and LoRa for long-distance communication, with high-performance video antenna. It can achieve kilometer-level networking, wide signal coverage. The device is equipped with mainstream MQTT communication protocol. It is suitable for data transmission of IoT devices. Supports Wi-Fi and Ethernet with stable MQTT communication. Uses a 2.4 GHz plus LoRa dual antenna design for separated short and long-range links. Includes USB power, reset button, and status LEDs for easier deployment and debugging. Now I'm working with Rosie. The two of us take the ThinkNode M2 endpoint and ThinkNode M7 gateway device and spread out in different locations. Next, we will officially start the practice to demonstrate Wi-Fi relay and direct connection. These 2 networking methods will interact with data and rely on the M2 node to complete long-distance data transmission and reception. Look at the map on screen. Rosie and I are 20 kilometers apart, quite a long distance. Let's practice the Wi-Fi relay master network. First, we open the Meshtastic app. Then click on the connection status. Let's connect to the device name of M7 first. The MAC address of this M7 is F3C0. Enter the 6-digit PIN password, 123456. Click Confirm. Wait for pairing. After pairing, set the LoRa parameters. Set the region to United States. Use MQTT. Set the band to 915. Set the transmission intensity to 22. Click Save. Wait for the device to reconnect. Go to Settings. Pair the network. We enter the SID first. Enable Wi-Fi. Next, enable Ethernet. Finally, save the settings. Switch to the same local area network just entered. We connect to F3C0 in the network. Finally, we configure the MQTT parameters. Enter the MQTT page. Enable MQTT. Enable client proxy. Finally, save the data. Finally, we set the band parameters. Click on the channel page. Longfast is a public channel. Everyone can receive messages on this channel. We click to enable upload, enable downlink. Uncheck the enable location, save, and transmit. Close. This is the form of Wi-Fi networking. The other M7 is configured in the same way. After the gateway is configured, let's test whether the two M7 can communicate through MQTT. Let's send the first message. Hello. Check if Rosie has received the message successfully. We've got Rosie's reply. She said hey. Next, we will demonstrate the wired network port direct connection and connect the phone to the same router. TP-Link 503C to ensure that the phone and the device are in the same local area network. Then we open the Meshtastic app. Click on Network. It will pop up the address of the F3C0 network device. We click Connect. Click on LoRa. We still use the 915 band. Click MQTT. Enable MQTT. Enable the client proxy. Then we send messages in the channel of Longfast. To send messages in the channel, we use two M7 network ports to build a transmission link in MQTT mode. The settings of the two M7 are the same. Let's send the second message. Okay, I received it. The two M7 devices are now connected directly via network cable, and the MQTT network is working properly. After the gateway is configured, we will configure the terminal. The terminal ThinkNode M7 device. Open the Bluetooth on your phone. You can see that 7444 is displayed on the device. Click to connect. Enter the 6-digit PIN password. Click OK. Click to connect to the device. Waiting for pairing. After successful connection, we enter the parameter interface. Set LoRa parameters. Click on LoRa configuration. Set region United States. Enable MQTT. Set the frequency to 915. Set the transmission intensity to 22. Click Save. Wait for the device to restart. Wait for connection. After the connection is successful, we match the M7 gateway. Send and receive messages on the long-fast public channel. Ensure that the node and relay gateway parameters match. Only when devices can communicate normally. After configuring the M7 gateway here, the other M7 gateway is configured in the same way. Whether it is through a Wi-Fi, hotspot, or directly connected by Ethernet cable, it can make M7 as a networking tool. Use M2 or other LoRa device nodes for communication. Now the whole link is the local M2 node sends data, uploaded to the local M7 gateway first, and then remotely through the MQTT protocol to the remote M7 gateway, and finally send it to the remote M2 node. Let's test the communication effect in real time. Let's send the third message to see if the remote Rosie can receive it. I can see that I have received the Rosie message. The Wi-Fi relay mode and direct connection to the wired network port, message sending and receiving works perfectly. In general, only two ThinkNode M7 gateways. You can easily get through long distances, ultra-long distance, and blocked LoRa networking barriers. Perfectly adapt to various complex IoT networking scenarios in home and industry. That's all for today's full test of the ThinkNode M7 MQTT networking with wired and Wi-Fi dual modes. If you have any questions in practice, please leave a message in the comment section. See you next time.